Dude, you're worth it. Check out NorthmanCoaching.com. If you're a guy going through divorce or hard times, a brotherhood of men who support and lift each other up. You can also join the new Northman Coaching School at school.com, and for 7 days free, see what a benefit being part of the brotherhood will be. Just 84 cents a day. 84 cents. Invest in yourself. You are worth it.
Disclaimer, we are unqualified and unapologetic. We are not professionals. We are not doctors. We are not mental health specialists. We're just married. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Now let's do this.
These are the sessions, scars on display. Words here to stay. No heroes left, just trying to heal. Unscripted voices finally real. We're still standing, still self-aware, building something from all the damage there.
What up, everybody? It's Joel. What was that? Made this weird face. What, did you just belch?
No, I was trying to yawn off mic.
Oh, so you didn't,
Thank you for bringing attention to that.
so people don't hear your like bear growl. Rah. Hey guys, it's Joel, host of Sessions and Lessons Unscripted. Welcome.
Hi,
And that's Gloria.
that's me. How are you guys?
I'm exhausted, more than usual. Gloria and I just had a little bit of a disagreement. If I had a bell sound effect, I would hit it right now. You know what, though? One cool thing about like our relationship, and I don't know, I guess I'm just speaking for us, but whatever. Even though we get into our little discussions or disagreements or whatever, at the end of it all, I still love the you know what out of this lady.
And I'm always right.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, things are smoothed over and everything's normal. Well, as normal as it gets around here.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Gloria, how are you? That says it all right
Yeah, it's been a week. I'm so glad to be here, though.
there. Well, it's weird because my week kind of went fast, really fast actually, but not really.
Same.
But I was sick for 2 days, so I got this weird, I've had this issue before, but I woke up, I think, what was it, Monday morning, and I did not feel good at all.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm the kind of guy that, I mean, I'll go to work, like,
Yeah.
messed up. I mean, I'll go. I try not to miss work. But anyways, yeah, I woke up Monday morning and did not feel good at all, to the point where I'm like, no, I cannot, no.
We both kind of have been feeling.
Yeah, I don't know
kinda
what it
crappy.
is. But then, yeah, so I stayed home on Monday, and I mean, I was basically in bed all day, just in the fetal position. And then I was better on Tuesday, not out of the woods, but, you know, enough to function. Then for some weird reason, it came back Wednesday, and I got up and I was just like, yeah, this ain't happening.
No, it's been weird because it was the same thing with me. It was like I would feel okay one day, and then the next day I would feel like worse, and then I would feel better, and then I would feel 3 times worse, and that was basically the week in a nutshell.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But even though I missed 2 days of work, it was like still, it was still like laboring, like, oh my gosh, I hope this week's over.
I'm just, it's Friday today that we're recording, and I am so glad, so glad that it's Friday.
Yeah, I am too. It's, I don't know, it's weird because, there's, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff we want to do or accomplish, but
The energy just
Yeah, the energy level's not really matching. I mean, we'll try not to be procrastinators.
we're getting better.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Right? We're not going to procrastinate. We're not going to put things off.
Sure.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I got I'm grateful that I feel a lot better and I'm able to do stuff. It's getting a little sketchy there for a second.
I know. There was some days where I was like, do you need to go to the hospital?
Yeah, Gloria was almost ready to drag me out of here.
And it's weird because not only did I have it was like stomach issues, but I also almost I did have an asthma attack the other day.
Yeah, you did have a fit.
And
those are scary sometimes.
I really thought you were going to have to be in the hospital, but I got it under control and stuff. Just, I don't know. It's that time of year,
Speaking of, it's the weather today was like
nuts.
I went out basically in a t-shirt, and that was good. It was like in the 60s today.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that when I was getting off of work, well, in the morning when I left, it was still kind of a little chilly.
Right.
I had on
it was kind of rainy. And
yeah.
misty.
So I put on my hoodie, and then I had a feather coat, like those down jackets. And when I finished working today, I had the hoodie on because it stopped raining at that point.
All right.
And I had to take my hoodie off because it was warm outside. I was not expecting that.
At one point, at one point I stepped outside and was getting slapped in the face with a wet blanket, like a wet warm blanket. It was gross.
Yeah.
But nice at the same time because it's not cold.
Did you catch that thunderstorm we had?
Oh yeah,
that was crazy.
It was pretty bad.
I saw lightning.
Yeah, that when I was at work. I mean, I'm indoors, of course, but I mean the building was shook.
Yeah, the windows were shaking.
You can hear the rain hitting the sides of the building. Yeah, it was crazy.
The animals were freaking out. I don't think I'd ever seen the dog act like she did today. It was just kind of weird.
It was kind of funny today when I was at work. There's guys that'll go outside for break, right? On break, they'll go outside to their car, or just go hang out outside, smoke, do whatever. And I guess they didn't know it was going to rain or something. So as soon as they open the door and step out, all you hear is a bunch of expletives and all this other stuff. And people storming way back into the building.
All agitated and wet.
Yeah, all wet and just all mad.
No, and I am really, really sensitive to when it rains. And not because of sensory issues or anything, but I hate getting my socks wet.
Oh, that is the worst.
And
I'm with you on that one.
I was trying to figure out how to get in the car without wetting my socks.
Dude, but I love the rain. I love it. I love, man, I remember when I was a kid too, I used to love it when it's storming and stuff. I'd have the window just cracked open.
Yeah.
And then you got that little breeze.
And that smell of rain.
Yeah, and then you had the sound. And man, I'd be all curled up under my blanket. Man, that was the best.
Yeah.
And then to this day, I'm like that, man. I like it when it rains and stuff.
Well, it's kind of weird because when I was growing up with my brothers, the smallest one used to be really scared of thunderstorms. So he used to crawl into my bed when it would get like that. And I remember when I was really, really, really little, maybe around 4 or 5, I used to get scared, but then, I don't know, I found it relaxing as I got older. Now it's one of my favorite things when you're in bed, all cuddled up and cozied. I like to play music in the background. Well, you know that. I play music sometimes, and it's just so nice.
Or sessions and lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before Gloria and... You okay over there?
Yeah, I was trying to. Why do you keep calling attention to what I'm doing in the background?
Well, it is unscripted.
I'm over here trying not to sneeze into the microphone.
You know, no one's listening, so that's okay.
Hello, all one of you.
Hey, well, I know there's at least 2 people listening. And neither of them are related to us. Everyone that's related to us don't listen.
I'm sure some of them do. One of them?
Maybe one. Anyways, Gloria and I, before my victory in our little battle here, why are you looking at me that way?
Let it go. Let it go.
I've let it go.
I'm done.
All right.
What's on the agenda for today?
For the one person still listening. Gloria and I were talking about just the kind of stuff that's been happening lately, and changes that are being made, and changes that are being noticed, and stuff like that. Going for myself and for her, and then I was telling her about a quote I read, and basically, like, when you're making certain changes or kind of reforming your path or whatever, however you want to say it, there's and you're like on the verge, it's a feeling you get, at least for me, right? Like now, presently, right? There's presently times that I feel like there's something there, or there's a
change coming.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. I'm probably gonna butcher it, but if you want to predict your future, if you want to know how to predict your future, create it. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, but
that sounds really familiar.
But it was deep, because I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you want your future to look a certain way, if you want your life to look a certain way, you have to do something about it, right? It's not just gonna happen.
You just can't throw your arms in the air and say, "Help me," and then just sit there and wait.
Right, or just expect things to fall into your lap. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes, and I don't know if you want to call it divine intervention, or I mean, I don't know, but sometimes things can happen to you that are in your favor, right? I mean, I don't know if you want to call it luck, or, I mean, some may call it a blessing. Either way, it's sometimes, things go in your favor, right? Like, they're favorable. But a lot of times I think you got to put in the work, right? You can't just live life and like expect certain things or want certain things and just expect them to happen.
Things just don't happen like that. It's not, I think that a lot of the times Hollywood and movies and the gurus and everybody says, oh, all you have to do is just want it bad enough. But it's more than wanting it bad enough. You actually have to do the footwork.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
And like I said, I mean, sometimes things will go your way, right? And then sometimes if you even put the little bit of effort, right? Like, and I'm not saying just do the bare minimum, right? That's not what I'm saying. So people are like, oh, you just don't barely do it.
Phone it in.
Yeah, just phone it in. It'll happen. No, I'm just saying, there's sometimes even when I think when you show that you want to progress and want to make the changes or do whatever, even if you take the little baby steps, it like triggers, I hate using that word. It like opens the gates and doors to other stuff. So, and which in turn then the landslide starts, right? Then things starts opening up, things start going the way you're wanting it to. But most people don't think like
No,
that.
you know what? And I think that doing something like that makes habits change because you're holding yourself accountable for however long you're focusing on that.
That's a good that you said that, because accountability is a big part of it, I think. Like, you have to recognize things and then work.
I think it's accountability and responsibility and response. I think all those three things have to kind of come into play to give you the motivation.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, excuse me. I know for myself, like, there's been times, and I'm sure a bunch of people out there are guilty of this, right? You're like the, I'm going to speak for myself. Sometimes, and maybe not so much now, but man, was I my own worst enemy, right? So I'd be doing things and going a certain direction, and things would be going good, right? And then you got a momentum going or whatever, and then for whatever reason you stall or you stumble or
It's fear.
and you never get it back.
It's fear.
Yeah, I mean, fear for sure has a part in it.
Yeah.
But explain.
I'm speaking from experience. It's fear a lot of the times. Because we are so conditioned to, I guess, wanting to do things and having motivations. But a lot of people, like me, I know personally, I'm a self-sabotager. I sabotage myself. You know, and then
Same.
you get to that point where you're like, shoot, you know, man, I messed up. Like, what's the point? I don't want to do this anymore. You lose motivation and you lose interest and you deflate. And then it's just like you kind of win against yourself.
Right.
And I know that I'm like that a lot of the times and I'm working on it, but it's a constant having to remind myself of what I want and holding myself accountable.
Okay, Mrs. Rosario. So since you brought up fear, which is I like the direction this is kind of going.
Right.
Since you mentioned fear, tell me, and since you said you were speaking for yourself, tell me, what were you so afraid of, and what was it that made you kind of stall or stumble or whatever? What was that fear?
Self-doubt.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. And okay, so a couple of years back, one of my cousins got married in Mexico. So me, my youngest brother, and his girlfriend at the time, we took a trip to Mexico. And we went to Mexico City, which we had never been.
Okay.
And it's a very historical place and very,
Oh, yeah.
you know, cultural, very, I love it. I want to go back one day. But
If anybody out there wants to sponsor it. No, I'm just kidding.
maybe we'll get deported, or at least I will.
My job won't give me the time off to go, so never mind.
No, but seriously, I really wanted to go to the Sun and the Moon Pyramid. And it's a couple of hours drive from where we were. And it's this whole big thing. And they do a tequila tour. And then you get on the bus and they drive like another 15 minutes. And then it's the pyramids.
Okay. That would be cool.
It was very cool. And I remember that. I think we did, the bigger one. I don't remember.
I don't remember the name of that one.
Well, it's the Sun Temple and the Moon Temple.
Right.
And it's a very spiritual place. Very, like, people are meditating there. There's people selling, you know, different forms of the gods and the goddess statues. And it's a very, 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 like, educational place. Very sacred, you know. And I remember that the steps on these pyramids are so small.
Oh, they're
they're so small.
yeah, they're steep, right? Real steep,
Well, not so much steep. It's just
but narrow.
very narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very narrow. And I remember that I'm a size 10. Like my feet are like 9.5, 10.
Oof.
So, it was just like, I literally was going up on my tippy toes up this thing.
Right.
And they have a rope in the middle and, you can kind of pull yourself up like that.
So you don't fall.
So you don't fall backwards. Well, my big ass got up there, huffing and puffing, but I got up there and I was so proud of myself, right? I was like, woo, big back for the win today. And then it was time to go to the other one. And I remember my brother and his girlfriend had gone up ahead. I was still at the bottom because, like I said, there was a lot of sellers selling like trinkets and different war whistles and just,
death whistles.
Death whistles, yes.
Oh, I want to get one of those.
Oh, man. But I should tell my brother to bring it next time he comes over.
Mm-hmm.
But, so you know me, I'm all about bringing trinkets home and stuff. So, they went up, and then finally I decided, like, oh man, we got to get back to the bus pretty soon. I should try to go up there. And for some reason, this was a smaller one. We did the big one first.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was like, there's like 3 or 4 tiers, right, to get up there, but the steps, remember, they're narrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I thought it was halfway or less than halfway, and I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, man, I am so tired. I'm done with this. Like, I'm hot. I almost fell like 3 times. I was like, no. I was like, my big ass is gonna
tumble down.
I'm gonna take half the people behind me with me. You know,
like a bowling.
Well, yeah,
bowling
because
ball.
if you fall, you're gonna take people down with you.
Yeah, you're gonna make it to the bottom.
Yeah, real quick.
Yep.
So my brother and his girlfriend at the time were coming down, and they're like, "Come on, you're almost there, man."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "I can't." I was like, "You have to remember, I have asthma," which was another thing that I was so excited.
Then it doesn't seem like it was a very good idea going up there.
It was not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so confident in myself because I did the other one.
Yeah.
I wanted to do this one too, but there was too much for me at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I came down and I was kind of upset. I was like, man, I should have done this one first and then done the other one. Because I think we did the big one first and then the little one.
Uh-huh.
Or vice versa. I don't remember what it was, but so we get back on the bus and I asked my brother, where was I? He's like, you had one more tier to go.
Mm.
But from my perspective, I didn't see that it was, I just saw that it was just so big. But it was literally the last tier till I got up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to laugh at myself. I was like,
man, you know what? And I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But that, what you just said was like, wow. Because you were like right there.
I was right there.
And because you were like not looking ahead or like focusing or you, wow, okay.
No, and my brother will tell you this story. Mm-hmm. It's an actual true story.
Oh, yeah.
And, I was so pissed at myself. And my brother's
so
like...
did you not... I
didn't finish it.
Wow.
I decided, I was like, man, I just can't. I feel
So let me ask you this then. Was there like instant regret or regret afterwards that you didn't make it?
I was angry.
Wow.
I was so angry at myself. I was like, you fat bitch. I was like, you had one more tier.
Wow.
One more. Literally a couple more steps and you would have been up there.
I wouldn't have went that far.
But again, my perspective. And it's all about perspective.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
That is such a good example.
No, and that's why I say I am the worst sabotager and my worst enemy all in one. Because think about it. And it was like, I didn't realize it until I was in a different angle.
Right.
I was on the bus ready to drive off. And it took somebody else to point out, like, look, you had literally one more tier to get to the top.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you just had to push yourself just a little bit more and you would have made it up there. And I was like, well, man, damn. And I told him, I was like, what a freaking good ass lesson I learned today.
That is insane. That is, well, I shouldn't say insane.
No, it is crazy. It is
great.
crazy, you know?
Wow.
And I think about that all the time. When I'm about to give up, I think about that pyramid. I was like, no, bitch. It's not going to be the pyramid again, you know? And I want to go back there someday
To do it.
to finish it. I think they stopped letting people climb them, which is another thing too.
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they?
I
Wasn't
don't
there a
know.
viral video where the lady went up there and everyone was like, don't do that?
Yeah.
And then she got like
Well, I
kicked
don't know.
out or something.
There's a bunch of pyramids in different parts of Mexico and even further south.
But some of them are a big no-no.
Some
right?
of them are like definitely not.
Yeah, they're like, no, no, no.
And from what I remember, they might have changed it again. But at the time, they were saying that we were going to be the last, not group, but the last bit of the season
Right.
that they were going to let climb up. And then they were going to change the structures. And because people were going inside and going to places where they weren't. You have to remember, these places are like sacred.
Yeah.
They hold a lot of like spiritual meaning to Mexico and to Mexicans, and it was just, you know, it's a no-no. So I don't know if I'll ever get the chance, but if they do ever decide to open them, or if they have opened them since then, my goal is to go back there and climb that damn pyramid.
I'm trying to think if, because I know in Puerto Rico, so I mean, I'm not the most well-versed in Puerto Rican history. I want to be.
Right.
But for people that don't know, Puerto Rico, the real name of the island is Borinquen, and the natives there were the Taino Indians.
Right.
And then they had, of course, their own language. There's a big history there, right? And there's a lot of like evidence of them. I guess that's how you say it, right? Evidence of them. Obviously, they were long gone, but
Right.
there's like carvings in places and places on the island where there's still like the presence of them there. And yeah, that's something I've always wanted to kind of learn more about or check out. It seems like it'd be pretty cool. Anyways, I don't know why I brought it up.
We got off topic.
Because we're
But-
trying to get free travel arrangements. Either to Puerto Rico or Mexico.
Or to Mexico. No, but like I said, that story always gets to me because you realize when you're trying to make a change in your life, eventually, if you're doing it correctly, you will realize the mistakes that you've made and how you can go back and how you can avoid them. But I've said this a million times before. You have to be your biggest cheerleader.
Yes, you have said that a bunch of times before.
I wholeheartedly believe that to be true.
Yeah, you got to believe in yourself and know you can do it.
Right.
But it's not that easy all the
It's
time.
not, because we are
Because we have a world full of haters.
not only that, I hate it. I've always hated that. Oh, look at my haters. All the haters.
What else would you call them, though?
I don't know.
Well, there's other things you can't call them.
Oh, I
but
could come up with the whole,
yeah,
whole book worth.
we can't say them here.
But I just think that we need to remind ourselves constantly when we're trying to make changes that we're going to have successes, we're going to have failures, we're going to have people saying, that's stupid, you're dumb, you can't do it, that's pointless, you're
Yeah.
worthless.
I've had a lot of that in my lifetime.
And it's like, no, you have to just tell them to shut up. Like, you know,
Yeah.
do your thing.
And then fear comes into that, right? Because
Yes.
you're afraid what people are going to say, what they're going to think, what they're
Right.
going to do, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes when we kind of get that fear about failing and proving people right. You just have to kind of shove it down deep, down in your bowels, you know.
Did you just say bowels?
Bowels.
Ew.
But you have to be your biggest motivator. It's always good to have people around you that are going to motivate you, talk to you correctly, cheer you on. But if you're not on the same page as them and you're just kind of like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. No, it doesn't work like that.
So thank you for sharing that. That was great.
I told you that story before?
I'm sure you have.
I'm sure I have.
But I mean, that was great.
That's seriously one of my most I want to kick myself in the ass moments.
Yeah, for myself, like I love the fact that you brought the fear thing up because, like I said, there have been times where I felt a certain way, like I knew I wanted to accomplish some things and do some things, and there have been times, and I know people out there have had this issue too, where, man, you can just feel you're on the brink of something, right? And then for whatever reason, and fear is a big one, right? You have self-sabotage yourself,
Yep.
or kind of squander the opportunity because you're either afraid that you're going to mess up, you're afraid what you're going to look like, you're afraid what this guy's going to say, you're afraid whatever, right? And it's funny, you were saying that story, and I was thinking about all this stuff we were talking about just now.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine and I were talking just recently, and this story, I guess, goes in that vein, right? So we were kind of talking about music. I love music, right? I always have.
Yeah.
So we started talking about music, and it was a cool conversation. And then the conversation went to drumming, right? And then I was a drummer, so I was in the band, everything. So I was talking about how I used to drum, and I used to I would take older drum sets, refinish them, resell them, or keep them. There was a time where I don't know how many drum sets I've had, but
Did you go to band camp?
I did not know.
One day at band camp?
Yeah, let's not bring that up. That's inappropriate.
Okay.
Anyways. So, so I play them. I'd redo snare drum. I would find a snare drum, redo it, sell it, or keep it, or whatever. Anyways. So then it went from that, and then we were sharing pictures and stuff like that. And then they're like, my friend was like, man, I'd like to see you drumming or whatever, which I do have footage, which I may or may not post, of my drumming. I have pictures too. I know I have sound files somewhere here. I'd have to look for them.
Wasn't that video on YouTube?
It might have been on YouTube, and I think it's on my Instagram.
I don't know, because I remember one time when my mom and my brothers and my family was over.
Oh, I found a DVD I made.
Oh, that was the DVD.
That's a DVD I made.
Yeah, because I was like, Mom, he plays the drum. She's like, really? And then George is like, nah.
Everybody's like,
whatever.
Yeah, okay. And then I basically played a concert for them, and they were all like,
Ooh.
wow, he does play drums. So yeah, that's what we were telling you. So anyway, so my friend and I were talking, and I found a clip. I sent it to him. He thought it was cool, whatever, and he's like, "Man, why did you stop?" And I told him too. My band that I was in broke up before we went on. I was gonna say go on tour, but we were gonna play like
a gig.
Yeah, we were just gonna play like little hole in the walls places. But anyways,
those are the best places to play.
Sometimes, yeah. I've been to, man, I can tell you a quick story. Maybe I'll tell you after. But anyways, so the band broke up just before we were going to start doing shows. And he was like, why? It's like, what happened? And I told him it was basically my fault. I kind of blame myself. And he was wondering why. It's like, why? And I told him, I said back then, I didn't think, and even now I'll tell you, I don't think I'm that great on drums. But I was self-taught and whatever. I just picked them up and just started playing. So, where the hell am I going with this? Oh, anyways.
I want to tell a story when you're done with that.
So when, I think back then my self-esteem wasn't great. I mean, it's not great now. My self-esteem, my self-worth, they were trash. So I think I kind of blamed that for it because I didn't think I was good enough.
Right.
And I didn't think highly of myself or my playing or anything like that. And I think that took part in, I just gave up, right? And that took part in why it broke up and it never went anywhere. So then, because I was afraid that what people would think of my playing. I was afraid of messing up, or I was afraid of doing a show and like totally train wrecking it.
Right.
So I let that stuff creep in, and that was the end of that. So that was my band career.
The almost gig.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because before we had the studio set up in there, there was one point where Joel had his drum set in the room and I had my piano, and we would just kind of mess around. He would be on the drums and I'd be on the piano. Or
yeah, because Gloria wanted to learn how to play piano.
Yeah.
That's how I started.
On piano?
When I was a kid, my parents would take me to piano lessons.
No, it's funny because that always makes me smile when I think about like music and all that. It's Joel would play the drums and Joel would play the drums and I'd be like dancing to the beat. Or sometimes I'd play like some random little tune and then he'd join in with the drums. It was kind of fun. I miss that. I
do miss playing in a band. I truly do. It was fun. And it's funny, when I was done with that,
yeah,
man, I'm telling you, I was such a, I was going to say, I don't think it's a bad word, but I was a gear whore. If I could, I had everything.
All I heard was horror.
Yes. I knew you would pick that one out of everything. Anyways, so I could literally, and I'm not even joking, I could literally play shows in my basement. I had drums, guitars, bass, guitars. I had, I even had a DJ set up. And this is all at the same time.
Right.
I had percussion, I had like congas, and I could have ran shows in my basement if I really wanted to.
All right there, Brady Bunch.
So, and then after that, I kind of tried to pick myself back up and start my own band. And that was kind of, I could tell a bunch of stories that are kind of funny or whatever, but it didn't work out. And I mean, and now it's like, you don't need a band. You can
just do everything on the
iPad. Your computer, and like, you don't, I mean, yeah, now it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I tried. Oh, anyway, so let me tell you real quick about this story, because we were talking about playing Little Hole in the Walls, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here in Chicago, there was this, like, I'm doing the air quotes, legendary dive bar / bowling alley, or was a bowling alley.
Smells of alcohol and sweat.
Yeah, something like that. And it was pretty well known here in Chicago, and they would run shows there. So there's, like I told you guys before, I'm into like metal and heavier music and stuff like that. So there was a couple bands that I wanted to check out that I found out were playing there that I listened to. I'm like, oh man, it'd be cool to go see them. So I went to the show, and this setup was so it, like I said, it was a bowling alley, right? So you'd walk in, and the area to play was like shoved in a corner.
Yeah.
And it was basically the lobby of this bowling alley. So imagine that.
Oh wow, that
Yeah,
was a tight
it's
spot.
tight. So anyway, and this is a metal show, so guys are gonna mosh. Guys are gonna get hurt.
Like I said, alcohol and sweat.
Well, it was. I think there wouldn't have been no alcohol. But anyways, besides the point. I'm trying to make this story quick because people are falling asleep while they're listening to us. Anyway, so I went to this show. It was great. I mean, it was freaking loud. Like, whatever. So anyways, like I said, dudes are moshing. They're slam dancing, whatever. And there was this, I stayed back. I'm not trying to get sucked into a mosh pit. So, so this kid, he must have been like 5'5". I have no idea. And then there was this other guy. He looked like an older, maybe late teens, early 20s. This guy, 6'5", 6'7". So imagine the two standing in front of each other. And the taller guy looks down at the kid. And I'll keep it clean. He's just looking at the kid like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? And insulting the kid, right? And then this kid was just kind of blankly staring at him. I remember this so vividly. What are you, because I guess they were moshing and he hit him or something. I don't know. Or
how are you going to mosh and then get pissed when somebody slams into you?
You can look it up later. There is etiquette. And he must have not followed etiquette.
Oh, okay.
So this 7-foot guy is like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you going to do? Blah, 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 right? And this kid's just standing there, like, looking at him. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, this 5'4" kid, I'm looking at you, jumps up and headbutts the guy right in the nose. I'm like, whoa. And then you should have seen the guy stumbled back. I mean, he was stunned, right?
Well, of course.
This kid just like, he got it. He got him good.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, he was so lucky the security came and grabbed him right away. Oh my gosh.
He would have gotten molly.
And this kid just, he took off. Like, I'm like, he's just like, what are you looking at? I'm looking at you. Boom. And that was it. I'm like, wow. And then I enjoyed the rest of the show, and that was good.
We got off track, boy.
Yeah, we did kind of. Right? Well, it's because we were talking about music and playing in bands. Deviated. But yeah, so there was fear there, boy. That kid was going to get mollywopped. So, anyways. Yeah. So I'm super guilty of that, guys. Man, there's even now, right? Now in my current life, I feel like sometimes there's just stuff right on the verge. And I've always felt like that for a long time. But I get in my own way. Yep. Right? And a lot of us do that.
Yeah.
I guess that's self-sabotage, right?
Yeah. The big sabotage.
Sabotage. Anything else, Mrs. Rosario?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of another time that I sabotaged myself.
I would be here all night. So that's why I'm kind of trying to wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there would be a lot, but I'd be interested to hear other people's take on it or their opinions or their stories, whatever.
Yeah.
Because come on, everyone is guilty of that stuff, right? Do you think there's anybody that's never self-sabotaged or got in their own way?
I think people don't accept it. Yeah. Nobody wants to be responsible for their own demise,
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
No, but it's important to be responsible for yourself and keep yourself accountable for everything and anything that you say or do or want to accomplish.
Right.
But that's just my opinion. What do I know?
Well, your opinion matters. Anyways. I think that's where we'll close it out. It's funny. We're laughing at that because Gloria likes to say that when she's wrapping something up. And I would joke around like every time she says that, I think of a cash register because that's what you do, right? You close it out. So that's, I don't know. It's just weird.
I don't know why I attached that to this.
So now watch. When you guys listen to Glory Off Script every Friday.
Did you say glow? What did you say?
Glowing off script.
Oh.
Glowing off script on Fridays. Everyone, tune in, please.
I am tired, everybody. I heard something completely different. I was like, wait a minute, you just plugged my show wrong.
No.
So, yes, be sure to stop by and listen to Glowing Off Script.
Shameless plugs. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Hopefully, you're not sleeping.
Or
Hello.
bored or annoyed.
Bored or annoyed or whatever. All right, don't forget the website, sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. And if you want to drop us an email, give us your stories, opinions, whatever you have, that is sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. Visit us on the socials. You know what they all are. Easy to find us. You can look up my name, Joe Rosario, or Sessions and Lessons TikTok. You can find us. TikTok's usually the most active one. So, what else? We have, like we said, Glo has her own show. Go ahead, Glo, and plug your show.
Listen to my show, please. Yeah, but it is Glowing Off Script. And come listen to me. I'm having a brain fart.
That's okay.
So
that happens.
I release episodes every Friday, hopefully without fail. Just uploaded one tonight. Yes, last night.
Yeah. It's on there now.
Yes, it's available right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can get in touch with me if you want to be a guest. I'm currently looking for guests.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me who you are, where you're from, tell me your story, and I'll put you on.
No story too big or small.
No. Even if it's an inspirational story or a funny story, let me know. I want to talk to you. You guys can reach out to me at GLOING offscript at yahoo.com. Don't spell it with a W because you will not find it.
Yeah.
Some people have been looking for me under GLOW, but that name was taken, so I had to kind of.
Well, no, I mean it goes with your name anyway. Your name isn't GLOW; it's GLO.
No. Yeah.
Glow.
Glowing off script.
All right, guys, and then don't forget my book. It is May, December, and The Ballad of Joey Flowers. It is available now on Amazon Kindle, on Nook. There are a few copies on TikTok Shop, just so you guys know. The ones from TikTok Shop, they are signed. So just so you know. Why are you looking at me like that?
You never announced it. Is this the first time that you're announcing the TikTok Shop?
No, it is not. Welcome to Planet Earth, Mrs. Rosario. Well, first time I think I mentioned it on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
But
about.
it's been floating in the ethers
Yeah,
a little bit.
you haven't announced it anywhere. I mean, you have announced it other places,
Well,
but here is what I'm saying. I haven't heard it
Now
anywhere.
when the mics turn off, I'll get the speech about how I need to stop downplaying stuff. For those of you that listen, know what we're talking about.
Yes.
All right. And then, guys, I want to do a quick plug to my friends, Gary Holtz from Northman Coaching. If you guys are looking for a life coach, especially if you're a guy going through divorce, relationship issues, or not, it doesn't even have to be that. It could just be if you're a guy having some issues and need other guys to talk to, give Gary a shout at northmancoaching.com. He's also has a school on the website school, Northman Coaching School, and that's SKOOL. If you look up Northman Coaching, you normally would see it, but if you go onto his website, northmancoaching.com, I believe it's on the resources tab, and you can access it through there. He's offering free 60-minute calls, 7 days free of school. It's awesome. I'm telling you, you guys, check it out. And my friend Cliff Shuffler, he's another life coach. If you're looking for a life coach, he does the DSM Factor, something that he has developed. And he also does a lot of not only like life coaching things, or life coaching, but he also gives you advice on physical health as well, like eating habits and working out and stuff like that. So if you're looking for anything like that, give CE Shuffler or Cliff Shuffler a shout. His website is ceshuffler.com, and he's all over TikTok. You'll find him on there. I think that is it. Do you want to add anything, babe?
Yes.
What you got?
Go follow CF Shuffler because he's the man with the muscles.
His arms are looking pretty. He's going to need a permit for those things pretty soon.
No, definitely a good bunch of guys. Check them out.
Yeah, all of them are awesome.
Genuine people.
Yep,
Check them out.
for sure. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Spread the word. Yeah, I mean, 150%. We appreciate you.
We do. Thank you for joining us.
All right, guys. So we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Discipline, standards, mindset. The DSM Factor. Cliff Shuffler Life Coach will help you achieve those 3 vital things to help you get the life you want and deserve. So go to ceshuffler.com if you are serious about getting your life together. Stop by today.